that you were going to...
Let's talk about that fight, because that was a crazy situation, right? First of all, TJ looked like dead man walking, going to the weigh-ins. Like I said, as bad as anybody I've ever seen besides Travis Lutter. I mean, Travis Lutter was a dehydration thing. TJ had starved himself down to a skeleton. It was real weird. And then when you found out that he was taking EPO, and then he said that he was taking EPO because he just didn't have any energy from cutting that weight.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the answer. My brother and I were talking about that yesterday. I'm not sure what it was, but I'm just I felt sick inside when I found out, Joe. Like it's like a sadness that it brings to you because, dude, it's like, yeah, we may talk stuff, to each other, whatnot, but it doesn't get that personal. Or it shouldn't get that personal for somebody to take an EPO, man, a drug that you just will never get tired of and fight that dude with these 4-ounce gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a little bit of malice there, man. So I remember.
What would you have done if you found out before the fight? If they gave you the option.
I felt so good.
If they pulled you aside and said, listen, Henry, the fight's going to go on, but we got an issue. It turns out we just got TJ's drug sample back, and he tested positive for EPO. You could still fight him if you want to. We're going to strip him. Even if he wins, we're going to strip him. We're going to fine him and keep him from fighting for 2 years. He's going to get convicted of using this stuff, but you could choose to fight him. Just don't tell anybody. They can say, like, a guy misses weight by 5 pounds. He can still fight you. That's a fucking big advantage. He didn't have to cut those extra 5. You know how many times guys miss weight and still win? Yeah. It's big. It's a big number. When guys miss weight and wind up winning the fight, I believe who was talking about that? One of the commentators, might have been Dominic Cruz. He was talking about guys missing weight and then winding up winning the fight because they have an advantage. They didn't cut the weight. We all know there's a certain point in time where you shouldn't lose any more weight, but we also know there's a dark land where most people don't want to travel through, where you can make it through, you could get to that point where you don't want to do it anymore. You're fucking dying inside, but you stay in there an extra 20 minutes and you make the weight. Or some people don't. But the guy who doesn't, look, it's bad for your body to cut that much weight. The guy who leaves those extra 5 pounds on his body, that's a big advantage. That's big.
Yeah, it is, but also, it is actually, it is. But
what's bigger, that or EPO?
EPO, I imagine, man. Yeah, because, man, TJ was saying how good he felt. He never felt so good in his life. I'm just hearing it from him.
Yeah.
But also, in that fight, that's when I felt like the most prepared, Joe. Like, I felt, even till now, my career, I'm retired, like, I'm really done. And that's the best that I've ever felt, man, against TJ Dillashaw. So I think to answer that question, I think I still would fight him for that reason, man. Because I did everything natural, and I used science, and